Hello everyone over on the YouTube side of things, and hello VOD watchers as well. Hope you're all doing well today. We are back with more Scriptorium Master of Manuscripts. We had such a lovely time making extremely legitimate art. Trust. There's nothing weird about these animals. I don't know what you're talking about. We did the best giraffe you've ever seen in your life last time. Actually, I'm very proud of that giraffe. That giraffe turned out fantastically. So we are back. We are playing more of it. We're going to have a very chill time. We're going to, as often as possible, find actual medieval art to use as references. So I hope y'all have a good time. And we're going to hang out, have a nice chill evening together. So, let's just hop straight on in, right? We talked a lot about marginalia and medieval art last time. So let's just hop in and see what we can come up with this time. Look at how good our squad is. Look at how excellent we are. Submit an order with 5 sketches from the mystery box. Learn 15 new sketches in 1 day. And buy flowers. Yup, we got so many. Oh. Those are some flowers. Do we have other flowers? I don't think we have other flowers. So sad. No more banquets. We forbid banquets. Especially wedding banquets. It's a lot of money. I will happily make banquets for how terrible we're doing. Chat, let me be very clear how bad of an idea this is. Let me be very, very clear how bad this is. So, we have a list from like one of the fanciest wedding banquets ever thrown in the Middle Ages. Middle Ages. 1475. So right after the end of the Middle Ages, technically, sort of, kind of. Bridal pair were married in St. Martin's Church, and the service was officiated by Salzburg Archbishop Bernhard von Rohr. After the bridal procession, 10,000 people attended the affair. They were provided food and drink by the Duke's father. Livestock eaten at the original festival. 320 bullocks, 1,500 sheep, 1,300 lambs, 500 calves, 40,000 chickens. And that doesn't even list the spices. Enough cloves were put into the food of this festival to kill a medium-sized army. Like, it's a big deal. One of the loud Twitter sites says that 105 pounds of cloves and 85 pounds of mace were bought for the wedding. Because the king's a jerk. But how? Sharing feasts strengthens bonds, and dancing is a very important part of expressing emotions. If someone breaks this law, we'll make sure they can express their emotions freely in prison. Why? The Queen, uninvited, attends all of her subjects' banquets, which damages Her Majesty's image. It's not fitting for a queen to dance barefoot on straw and eat the food of starving peasants. He has a point, doesn't he? They are in a very toxic marriage. Like, this is this is toxic for the rest of us. Are they just like that, or are they both like... I mean, they are both trying to sabotage each other. But it seems to be because they're just like that. Yes. Human body parts, by the way. A butt, face, and Yoda. Yes, indeed. Another plate, this time with bread. And more bread. Tiny bread! Look at how tiny the bread is. Fish, fish, and a single egg. Perfect, the king will be pleased, I'm sure. Okay, but I don't have, like, great human body parts. Like, people. People. Mermaids? Mermaids are people too! Let it be known. Mermaids are people too. Legs are people? Legs are people. We seem to be missing a lot of clothing. actually. Kind of an issue. Perfect. Terrible haircut. Terrible. No good, very bad. Oh, what the heck, bro? Look at this man, he's a crab! And what else can we do? If there's fish on the table, does it count as cannibalism? You're asking important questions. Actually. Chat, what's the verdict? Cannibalism or nah? No, as long as they're different species. Excellent. Anyway, time to add some torture. What have we got in here for sketch shop options? See, those aren't chains and stuff. Those are just like fully... Chat. Look at it. We have that exact bat on the Discord. Anyway, Yoda's gonna kill everyone. Sorry, I mean Uncle is gonna kill everyone. Yep. Totally. Yep. You brought this upon yourself, frankly. Don't know what you want me to do. You'll be punished by getting burned at the stake. Is that unfair? Absolutely. Is that going to stop me? No. Prove how serious I am. What punishments in the space above the banquet? Is that insufficient? Huh? Huh? Am I insufficient? Oh. Why is it only sometimes registering any of this? I don't think I understand, but that's fine. You'll get taken away by the giant bat. Look at how cheerful it is. Look at how cheerful it is. That's what you have coming for you. It's gonna grin at you. Okay, well, that's all the effort I could be asked to put in. Not even like not my first, second, or third best work. That was like a solid D tier. You just didn't give me a lot of good options here, you know? This was in the package. Yay! See? That would have been so much better. Oh well. What can you do? Flowers, flowers, flowers. There went all of my money. There went all of my money, by the way. Hopefully I get some money. Oh, that was quills. That's not helpful. But we can go to Borota and we can learn a ton of new things. We need better people. You know? See, like that. That's perfect people. I like that one. I need more clothes. I need, like, trouser bits. There seems to be a lot of sleeve bits. And not a lot of trouser bits. There we go, that's helpful. That's a tassel, that's a sitting down. That's a skirt, excellent. Oh good, lots of options for outfits, full outfits here. Lots of people sitting down enjoying their day. Pillows. Castles. We gotta get some castle options, right? Oh good, I'm burning at the stake. It's important, okay? Vimp. Cheese. Are those halves of pretzels? I'm just gonna ask, were those halves of pretzels? Because those look like those were halves of pretzels. Wow. I have now bought 100 sketches. Well, that's a terrible script. That's a terrible hand. I don't want that in my life. So there. Okay, that has to be 15. We have to have cleared more than 15 in a day, right? Yay! Money! Yay! Pigments! What can we do with pigments? Ow. Well, we don't have enough money for that, for another plant. Which is what we do need. We need to make sure that we can get plants, more plants here sooner rather than later. Gray hair, red fox, royal yellow. What's one that we can make fairly easily? I think Uncle's Green we can make fairly easily if we need to. Let's do that. That way we get a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful red. The Queen's new decree must be announced. Look at those animals. Okay, but look at those animals. Hello, Joe. So you've heard about the bathing ban? Yes! Scandal. Do you know what people say about us in 500 years? That we didn't wash. Game good, guys. Yeah. And had fleas, you're right, but what can we do? We can't lift the Queen's ban. No, but we can show that information about how we practice hygiene survives the Queen's reign. We've written a text on the topic. Now you need to add appropriate illustrations. When you're finished, we'll donate the manuscript to the library. I'll get to work. What exactly do you want? Here, in the text, draw a hip bath. You know, a tiny tub with a person sitting in it. On both sides of the text, create a floral border, but not just any ordinary one. Try to capture the atmosphere of public baths. Place in the border lots of people in tubs, jugs of water, hanging towels. Don't forget to paint the soap. And run a river along the bottom on both pages where the king's inhabitants happily bathe and swim. That's a lot of stuff. I love it. Based. So anyway, medieval people cared a lot about hygiene and wash, often daily, yes, even the poor. Because some sources tell us people rarely took a bath, we assume they didn't wash, but having a bath isn't the same as having a wash. You may think that having a bath would involve filling a big tub with hot water, which often meant boiling water over an open fire, carrying it in buckets to a massive wooden tub, sometimes laying it with fabric, perhaps against splinters, though likely more just for comfort, as coopers could make very nice tubs with no splinter risk, adding herbs, soap, etc. And this was something that took a lot of time and effort, and thus was something that wasn't as easy as it is today. And yes, this would be work you'd have to do if you wanted a big tub in a room in a big house. That would indeed be a lot of effort for you or your servants, as having a bath in your room would be quite a luxury. However, getting a smaller amount of hot water was a lot easier. You don't need a lot of hot water to warm the contents of a bucket bowl or sit/hip bath, a small tub you can sit in but not completely submerge yourself in. If you want to put it in perspective, it's the difference between using a big fancy jacuzzi or even a comfortable long regular bath we have at home today, and the sink tub our grandparents bathed in, which were smaller and needed less water but were perfectly suitable for cleaning yourself in. Yes, burning wood to heat water would also be a lot of effort and use up a valuable good like firewood, but the fire was already burning for much of the day in almost every household. People needed it for warmth, light, and food. So yes, a big fancy bath was a luxury, but washing yourself with water from a basin or bucket or bathing in a hip bath or jumping in a pond or river was available to everyone. On top of that, bathhouses were also common and very popular. People cared about hygiene, even peasants and farmers. They were advised to change their underwear daily, and pretty much every household account book is full of payments to washerwomen. Besides the washing from a basin, there was of course almost always access to clean water because cities, towns, and villages were in most cases built near a stream, river, or lake. There were also a lot of bathhouses that were extremely popular and much used. So they need an editor, but the spirit's there. The spirit is there. So, we should probably start with, fabrics. What do I have for a hip bath? None of these are bathtubs. What have you got for me? Nope, furniture. What have you got for me? For bathtubs? That's not a bathtub. We can make this work as a bathtub if we need to. We'll make that work. Everyday objects? Nope. Good keys, though. Ah, yes. Famously bathtubs, weapons. Heaven? Nope. Yes, the stigmata. And fabrics, what can you get from me? How about, those are a pavilion garden, but let's do this and that. And that. Out of absolute spite one night? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Furniture, we'll use this. Make it bigger. It's not the same, but the vision is there. Ignore that this is a fish person. You can't even see that they're a fish person. Okay? You literally can't see. And you need privacy. You need privacy. Then we flip that and we shrink it down. Do I even have soap? Everyday objects. Those are facial details, animal objects, knight's armor, everyday objects. None of those are soap. What do you mean soap is not an everyday object? Insanity. And the people. That's a people. I think that's a flawless depiction of a person in a bath. I don't know what you're talking about. Or even replacing their hat with something significantly more jaunty. No. With something significantly more jaunty. See? Flawless. I know exactly what I'm about. Okay, fine. And there is reaching, of course, for a towel. That's hanging off of a... hanging off a very real and definitely not invented rack. You know? Okay, so that's that one. Below the text, we need a river. We can assemble a river. Rivers are easy. Just vary the sizing a little bit. Bend that back. Easy peasy. We do that. And then we need some land around it to prove that it's a river. Obviously. We need some land around it to prove that it's a river, obviously. There we go. And we want people bathing in there? Ah, I have no hands! You think that's Batman? I've got no face! Wait, let's give you both faces. And we do that. Then we do... do that. And we go everyday household objects. Yes, you can wear glasses. Purple glasses. Let's go. Okay. There we go. On the left side of the text, border made out of clothing bits. We very nicely have a border of shoe. Gotta head out to make some dinner. Thanks so much for hanging out. I appreciate it. We're just hanging out having a good time, so we will still be here when you're back. I am sure. I don't have good combs. You know? A rather notorious lack of everyday objects that can pass 4 combs. Quite alarming, actually. Whoop. That's as small as that already gets? Man. Fine. We rotate. That gets the idea across, even if it's not really at all close. Hilarious. Now, do that. Bring it down, drape it over her arm. There's a little guy. While a weird face lurks approvingly down from underneath the things. And people parts. Nope, people parts. Those are animal parts. Those people parts. Probably should give them a face, just for, like, thoroughness sake. Great, together we'll save our reputation. Oh, hang on, I need food. We like to snack. Maybe paint some snacks? I mean, I would love to paint some snacks. How about a literal running line of pretzels? Just like so many pretzels, y'all. We're gonna go broke today. You know how many weeks worth of wages these pretzels will cost me? Oh my god. There we go. Pretzels. Okay, that looks actually delightful. Unironically, it looks great. Phew. Reputation is saved. I'm sure no one will ever call us dirty in the future. Right, chat? No one has ever said that they're dirty, right? Ugh, now I get the tub. Man. Alright, chat. Chat. Which one of you gave the monkey Greek fire? Which one of you? I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed. First dynamite, now Greek fire. Thought it would be funny. Man. Man. What are our new challenges? Earn 400 coins. Submit an order with 10 sketches painted with gold-based colors. Submit an order with 100 sketches? Well, guess we gotta get into the pigment workshop here. I have no gold. We should fix that. What color do I want to do with the gilding? Hello, Wolfie. How you doing? Do we do sparkly blue? Is that what we do? Sparkly brown? What have we not done? Thank you, that's not actually very helpful. This is what I wanted. We've done black, we've done red. We've only done black, red, and purple. Shiny brown. Brown agate. Makes sense. Yeah, no, I totally get that, Wolfie. After you've been around people for enough time, like, you just kind of still a little bit hyper. Love Lauren Fox Renard. Why not? Versus you. It's a lot of money. If I'm complaining about money all the time, I should probably actually do something that earns me money, huh? Grandfather Mouse. Make beep beep friendship beep beep beep. Beep beep beep. Sorry, I don't speak mouse very well. Do you want a happy book for your grandchildren? Yes, be cheerful, happy, be love. Arguing wrong, change to be friendship. Don't be weapons. Goodbye, weapons. Farewell to arms. Now, little nice love hats. Well, by the way, we're fitting 100 sketches on this. By the way, 100 frickin' sketches. Oh wow, that actually looks sick. Get ready. This poor grandfather did not know what we're charging him for every single sketch. By the way. Just so we're clear on this. We are charging him on a per sketch basis, and we are doing 100 of them. I don't care if it's for his grandchildren, I'm using a lot of gold in here. This is one we did in the demo, you are correct. Oh. Chat, this is important. Choice. We should put a plate in the center. We should make it a big plate for very small mice. We should put choice. And then, leg in the friendship. Nope. That's not helpful. And then a pretzel. No. Not one pretzel, a whole row of pretzels! Bimsh. I mean, cats love fish. So if we're gonna pretend that the cat is gonna be a friend too, then we need that. And then we have fresh bread. Fresh bread. And not so fresh bread. The tiny apple. Got so much food. We need more sketches from this category too. Wait. They need tiny hats. Oh. The tinier the hat, the cooler they are. I'm just saying, look at how tiny that hat is. My god, don't you have a ladder? Wait, don't you have a ladder in this? Yes! This is important. Sorry, chat. This is just very important, okay? I understand that there's a very delightful scene of happiness and good times. I understand that. And I hear that, and I value your perspective. But this is very important, okay? We can't not do it. That would be appalling. Disastrous, even. Like, come on. We would never let such a thing happen. Now I'm just putting stuff in for the sake of putting stuff in. Would it be so real? It would be so absolutely for real for you guys. There is very little motivation behind this. Besides, I need to get to 100. And it's difficult to do that. Like, 100 sketches is a lot of sketches. Even when I'm putting in cheese. Flip that. Man, I wish I could hide it partly behind that instead of all the way behind that. But it'd be so much fun. It would be so pretty. What color do I want that to be? Beautiful blue. That to be a beautiful blue. Send it to the back. Wow. Okay, well, I didn't quite get there, but like, we're getting close to there. We're getting close. Just use backgrounds all the time. That's the lesson. The other pages are just rewards and other information. It's a good instinct. Just in this particular case, there's other stuff going on. Okay. There you go. There's our cheese, there's no weapons. We're all hanging out, we're being pretty, having a good time. We've got a ton of gold on that. By the way, I'm still charging you for that gold. Nope. Just in case you were curious, I am going to charge you for all the gold I used. I do have to make a living somehow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Beautiful. It's finished. One must assume cheesy is just a compliment among mousekind. $175 gold for my effort. Alright, what's up next? I hope there's another animal. Hello, Karabachi! Here's my reward. Come back tomorrow to see more challenges. Okay. Yeah, I got a new writing desk. That's so much cooler. Come on, give me another animal. Okay. Fine, we'll do Renards. That isn't really what I meant. I wanted another bestiary. Hail to thee, little bee, free me from my pain and help me my loved one gain. I love my enemy's wife more than my own wife. Issa, you love... Why did... Isengrins? Really? Sounds like you need the herbalist. He has a lot of love potions, he's just past the pillory to the right. No, I need you to paint words of my love. Draw a beautiful frame and I'll make sure you find fame. Interesting. Tell me more, but please no rhyming. I want to understand correctly. Without all my rhymes, will be bitter as time. The love must not be undersold, so you better use a lot of gilding. Nature sets her aflame to make for her a floral border. Well, we did buy a bunch, which is exciting. What color is this? That looks like it's just gray, but that's fine, we'll make it work. We will make it work. There went all of my cash again, by the way. I hope so. I hope they let us do more. Heavenly blue. Make it very shiny, sparkly blue. Alright, I am charging you for this. Circa me pectora multus un suspiria de tua pulcritudine. Emile dunt mesere. Lucet oculis ecit solus radii. Sucus splendor fulguris lucem dona tenebris. Well, I've got good news. If it is nature you would like, we shall do a beautiful, beautiful thing. A whole little scene along the bottom here. Yes, indeed. You go back there. You go there. That'll work. Nope. And then we shall do tiny trees in front of it. See? When I say tiny, I mean tiny. And bushes. And other trees. And the very conception of something there. And what's next? Well, if it is just raw shine gilding you want, there's raw gilding you want, then I have just the thing for you. Well, go into the background though. All the way into the background. Beautiful. Do it again. And again. All the opulence of Prague's famous clocks. So she was gonna love this. Box. Still need a couple. Oh yeah, I know, I'm not done. Don't worry. Don't worry. We got a whole rainbow brocade that we haven't sufficiently experienced the splendor of yet. I mean, what says love more than an army of snails? Nothing, that's what. Don't even try and think of something else, you can't. And if you can, I'll put an ad break on you. So you can learn the error of your ways. Whoops. Rotate. Rotate again. There we go. There is a glory of snails. And now we shall go in here again, and we shall find more leaf-like patterns. Which we mayest use in the construction of a great and glorious thingy. Hey. We shall flip that again. Nay. There we go. Snails. It was important to me. Also, we're giving her tiny wings. You know. Yay! I don't think going after Isengrim's wife is a good idea, Renard, but, you know, I'm not gonna tell you what to do. Right? This game is for all the Dressicos, drag drop paintings. It's trees and following a show of love. That was a good idea. Sorry I missed that. But that is a good idea. We should have done that. I don't know that I have chickens yet. I do now. We'll get him next time. I'm sure I have a suspicion that he'll be back. You know? Something gives me this idea, this concept. Create 3 colors in one day. Submit an order with 3 dirty stains. Submit an order with 15 sketches painted in pure gold. That's gonna be unfortunate. Gold's expensive. Fine. We're illuminating it in the most true sense of the word. We haven't used the yellow mignonette recently, so let's do a different flavor of yellow. I should see if I've done this before. Yellow and purple I have not done yet. What's the worst that could happen? Oh, it's stinky. Oh no, I mean, it is stinky, but it could have been stinkier. Dirty yellow. Okay. Gray and purple. We'll see what that comes out as. A new flavor of purple. Which, certainly is a lot richer. Dark circles under the scribe's eyes. How dare you do this to me? Whoop, no. Black Pagan Soul. No, that's a goblin grate. That's stinky. Ew. Get out of here. Get out of here. Ooh, well that's a lovely color. Lilac pink. Challenges. Create 3 colors. Now, if we have pure gold, see, how did I know? How did I know that you would want even more? We need money though, with how expensive this is. Polly? Well, lovely to see you, Polly. That's okay. YouTube is really annoying about that. Annoyingly, Goblin Green is a beautiful shade of green. Goblin Green 1 is. Goblin Green 2 is a bit stinky. Oh well. Comanche has just established a ban on divorce. Well, this is gonna go interestingly. The Queen has decided that from now on, no one will divorce. Prepare an appropriate announcement. Divorce? Bad. But there were rumors that she and His Majesty were planning a divorce. So, where did this ban come from? Gossips always have stale information. That was yesterday. Today it turned out that in the event of a divorce, the king would take the entire kingdom. And the Queen doesn't want to leave her subjects alone with this tyrant. I wouldn't say the Queen... Freedom of speech! I'm sorry, I didn't hear you right. Nothing. 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 Let's get to work. A proclamation that states clearly there's a ban on divorce. Put an end to the rumors about the royal couple will use these portraits to redraw them happy and holding hands, and some symbols of eternal love. A flowering tree that unites them. Do I not get text? Do I not get to have text on it? Okay. Fine. Though, hear me out. Instead of a flowering tree, it's this crappy little guy. Hear me out. This extremely reliable tree, growing on utterly barren earth, with one little tiny patch of green as all that supports it. Yep. There we go. Look at how magnificent and extremely reliable. Wait, is that not gilded properly? Fine. We'll do blood red leaves instead, as it's proof of so much flowering. Just like so much. It's completely reliable. Nothing tragic. Without the neon scarlet wilty leaves. What? No, totally not. And of course it wouldn't be right if we didn't have snails. It just wouldn't be right. You understand? Right. And snails. You know, snails and snails. You'll never see them. They'll never see them coming. There's no subliminal messages in this. There's absolutely no subliminal messages. I don't know what you're talking about. No manuscript is finished until it has at least one snail. I mean, I don't know if you've been lurking, or if this is your first time here, but I agree wholeheartedly. What can I guild proper like? Like, and then we need what the queen and king called it. Oh, you have no hand. I understand the problem here. Maybe they should look happier. Yes, one might suggest a kind of anything other than this. Grapes? Really? You need me to get grapes? You want me to buy grapes for them? Grapes made out of pure gold. I mean, this is just magnificent. I don't know what you're talking, what anyone's looking at here, but like that's just a beautiful picture. I'm drawing all my attention here. I would need everyone to pay attention to this, because this is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Oh yeah, and in place of fruit, another golden snail. The rare, magnificent. Send that to the very back. Nope. To the very back. Make it big. There we go. You're starting to believe that they're happy. Why are you believing that? No one in their right mind believes that. Oh god, that's horrifying. Chat, I've hired this horrifying anime monstrosity to stare at you. You have work tomorrow? Well, thanks for hanging out, Wolfie. It is so lovely to see you always. Good luck with work tomorrow. Get good sleeps. Is that enough? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There's a golden snail somewhere. Yeah. Right there. There's a sun somewhere, isn't there? There we go. I'm just trying to be extra thorough in the presence of pure gold. But one is observing. They don't seem very happy. We give them little cushions to sit on. That'll make them happier. There we go. Complete. It is finished. Quick history lesson. Did the commissioner of the manuscript provide the money for the prints? Was there a different, or for the paints, or was there a different system in place? Traditionally, yes. The person who commissioned it basically also includes orders for kind of what they would like. So we do need to separate here a few different contexts, right? So firstly, we've got manuscripts made by monasteries for use within the monastery. Those, you know, the person who's making the manuscript is the same person who's using the manuscript. In that situation, the use of gold is primarily as a way of, you know, heightening the glorification of God. So in an Augustinian or a Benedictine context, the use of lavish materials is a way of glorifying God. So, quote-unquote, frivolous expense is not at all frivolous. This extends into a lay context for things intended as diplomatic gifts, where you see elaborate uses of Tyrian gold, or Tyrian purple, gold leaf, etc. If it's a completely lay secular context, the person who's doing commissioning it gets to decide. And in fact, in some cases, you'll actually sketch out the stuff and then not paint it. And it will be on the person who buys the book to decide what they want to do with it. Whether that's painting it, putting a fancy cover on it, or doing something else. In this particular case, well, my gold lasts a day, regardless of how much I use. So, may as well burn it while I got it, you know? new level! Your fame is growing. It would be a shame to lose someone with such talents. The local match remind you that there is no greater evil than drafts. Sorry about your help there setting tapestries to warm the Scriptorium. You also cannot just paint on gold, though. Like, that is us being flagrantly ahistorical, because gold leaf has to be applied, and therefore has to be, sticky. Which foo baba boom. Guess we're doing pretty well, huh? Since we have such distinguished clients, so you need to improve your services. On this occasion, I'm giving you a special flower I once received from a certain mage. Marlin? Michael? Something like that. Check out the Pigment Workshop. Hello, Miss Vico. How are you doing? I have additional questions. I mean, I gotta, right? Whoa! Now this is what we're here for. Look at that. Bishop's purple. Nope. Look at how fancy it is. We're going crazy. You tell me they didn't use Yoldi Dragon to magically melt their metals into paint? I know, right? Miss Vico, thank you for the 3 months of tier 1. That's so kind of you. The dragon's historical, it's just the melting parts that's not, obviously. Oh man, I have to lose one of my windows if I do this. This is so sad. We can buy an even bigger one. Or we could not do that, you know? Well, it's a basilisk. His name's Basil. Don't worry about him. He's fine. Everything's fine. Do I want to know? Do I want to know why? All right, Renard, work with me here. Anything to avoid the king. The she-wolf will not leave her husband until she's certain that a decent life awaits her at my side and needs a design for a beautiful castle that I will build for her. At your service. No, you don't rhyme anymore? I can't. She-wolf says it's not very masculine. You have a lot of quills. Maybe you like spend them in my shop? Go ahead, click the button. No. Look at how... Holy crap. So, you know, this is what I... assert that castles are supposed to be like. You know? Castles are supposed to be ridiculously golden. and ridiculously, whatever the heck else this is. I mean, look at how much gold there... Add guards to protect her from Isengrim, who will take his wife away against her will. Can't possibly have that. Pure gold... No, this is gold mixed with bonus flower. This is better than pure gold. Right, the last time we had pure gold and I was kind of underwhelmed, but then it was this time I'm like, hell yeah, dude. But, you know, let's see, can I think of a good... The Getty has a ton of good, gilded ones. Right, it's... What is the... let's see if the Minneapolis, Institute of Art has useful things here. That'll work. That'll work. Have we confirmed that the uncle's friend is a demon, or is he just like, oh yeah, he's totally a demon? Do we have actual gold here? Come on, give me actual gold on this. This one has gold. You see in this, you can almost see it, that how it looks like there's extra texture. Kind of around Christ's arm. I don't have, for some reason it doesn't capture my cursor this time. There we go. Right, there's a little bit of texture visible in this image there and there. And so there's actually a red paste that goes underneath underneath the gold leaf that actually allows it to stick. Otherwise, it's will just kind of flake off because that's not how that works. These are not awesome examples. This is a better example. This content is archived, I don't care. Manuscripts were illuminated literally and metaphorically by gold and silver. The precious metals dazzled the eyes and embodied the most mysterious of God's creations, light. The employed two forms, the first, shell gold, was powdered metal mixed with glue and then applied like paint, which I guess theoretically is what we're doing, but we're kind of just using, we're doing it in the worst possible way. The second, gold leaf, was hammered into tissue-thin sheets, laid on the page, and then polished. Shell gold is used to paint backgrounds, outline nocturnal landscapes, and draperies, hair, or flesh. You can see just how ridiculous it is. Unfortunately, it's gotten quite, badly damaged in some cases. Fitzwilliam MS-288, that's a beautiful example. And the background is burnished gold leaf. So all of that is gold leaf that's then been beep, 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 beep to create the beautiful pattern effect. Same here, this is also going to be gold leaf that has been incised. Hello, Kretmer. Like, so when I think of gold in the context of medieval manuscripts, this is much more the color I'm looking at. And so this echoes that much, much, much better than the actual just melted gold color in the game did. You know? Hilarious that that counts as sufficient. Because no, it doesn't. What are you talking about? Absolutely, what are you talking about? But it might be so foolish as to think that that would be enough. They want the special flowers to be special. I mean, they certainly did. And I do not blame them for that whatsoever. Because the end result looks fantastic. It just is simply the case that, we are not about to let it sit without more, glitter and glam. There's no way I let it sit without more glitter and glam. We need maximum glitter, maximum glam. See? Much better. We have been glittered and glammed. We should be now entirely wanton with our use of materials. You hear me? Entirely wanton. Ooh, I really like that effect. Right, where it's basically behind the thing entirely? That looks rad. Just this faint little bit. That just screams, hey, this is luxurious. We spared no expense whatsoever. Now, we need a bench, you said. Which means we need a beautiful other scene. We need nature. We need verve and vigor. It's the best historical it's such a good, so relaxing. Let me be entirely clear. It is ridiculously relaxing as a good little historical coloring book. And it shall be all grim and tragic and unwell on this side. Sparse little bits of grass. Suddenly Disney's Robin Hood comes to mind. Funny you should say that, Polly, because this, Lovelorn Fox is, Reynard. So, the stories of Reynard and Isengrim, are a set of fables, or sort of parody stories, coming out of France in the 13th, 14th centuries that become ridiculously popular. And they are actually one of the inspirations for Disney's Robin Hood. Right, supposedly, Disney, some of the animators originally wanted to do a Reynard instead of a Robin Hood, but Disney execs were like, hey, no one knows who that is. And so they made him Robin Hood to be more, familiar. Which, in a rare case, I kinda gotta agree with the Disney execs. As much as I love Reynard, as much as I think Reynard is fantastic, let's be real. Not necessarily a lot of familiarity for non-medievalist audiences. Right, but Renard stories are also in sort of that Brer Rabbit tradition. Right, as an American folktale comparison. It's the first time you're hearing of Renard. Well, let's fix that. Oh. Popular allegorical cycle of Dutch, English, French, German fables from the late 1100s. Characters, right, Reynard, and then we have Isengrim, right, the Wolf King, right, if I remember right, he's the king, but this generally exists to be mocked, overcome, and generally tricked by Reynard. And he's, yeah, easy to deceive, easy to fool, and he very rarely gets W's. Very, very rarely gets any W's. And we have various other ones. Bayard the horse, Hirset the she-wolf, Kyward the hare, Chanticleer, Martin the ape, whose son is Monkey. Monkey! You also get fox monks as a thing at the same time. Renard first appears in the Land Poems and Grimmos, a mock epic written around 1150. Here's a number of Latin sequences by the 13th century. Concept art for the Disney movie was made to make a picture book that published as Chanticleer and the Fox, a Chaucerian tale. Lords, you have heard many tales that many tellers have told to you how Paris took Helen, the evil and pain he felt. Of Tristan that Le Chèvre spoke rather beautifully about, and Fabio and epics of the romance of Ivan and his beast, and many others told in this land, but never have you heard about the war that was difficult and lengthy between Reynard and Isengrim. It's very fun. These stories are very, very fun. They're very... I mean, as with a lot of medieval stories, there are things that are not acceptable in modern society. It's a problem. But if you can look past some of those, it's... yeah. Isn't Renard just French for fox? Renard is the French for fox because of Reynard the Fox. It is not kind of by natural evolution a French word for fox. Right. That would be descended from Latin vulpes. But Reynard is so popular that it becomes the default French word for fox. There? Yeah. Yeah, it's just... Greco, you are right. There's just a little bit of my ear that just comes in just pale as can be. Can't do anything about it. Haven't tried very hard. Also, we're still giving you more wings. We gotta give you wings. And a spectacular background. Hang on. Flip that. Flip that, I said. And bigger. But instead of that, we make it the purple. Put it all the way in the back. That purple's also fantastic. Anyway, we were doing furniture and food, weren't we? Oh, big. You know the drill, Chad. Again, we cannot possibly have such a thing. There we go, there we go. And our uncolored options. A little cheerful happy bonfire. You know? What's the worst that could happen? But if a little cheerful happy bonfire that may or may not have a base of bones. Okay, we don't need a base of bones. I don't know where I don't seem to have any sticks though. Like completely ordinary, uninteresting, uninspired sticks. Yes, I do. I've got sticks. Sexual assault, mostly. Renard does assault people on regular occasion. I mean, there is murder in the stories, mostly against chickens. He is a fox. I don't really know what you expect from that. But there is also some assaults. Which is not awesome. What else do I need to do? Oh right, I need guards. You shall not pass. I said you shall not pass. I do need to put faces in them though. Like I do need faces on these people. We cannot just send out bits of people. That's not how this works. I have standards. Standards, I say. You see my standards? What else? What else do we do? What else do we do? What else do we do? We need to give them... Well, these guys need circos. They can't be wandering around. They cannot possibly be wandering about this undressed. Like, that's not how this works. We're not doing that. Get dressed up properly. See? There you go. Isn't that massively better? And now they need swords! Swords. Those are some jaunty knights, that's what I'm saying it! Oh. Ignore that they're wearing no clothes. Don't need to see that they're wearing no clothes. As far as you're concerned, they're perfectly happy, and normal, and present. And there's no snails sneaking their way inside. I don't know what you're talking about. Now we need to go other backgrounds and borders. And we need this to be a nice... Oh, no, not that one. We need the whole scene to be a nice, lovely... way in the back. Okay, larger. Now again, all the way to the back. Then we duplicate that. We do it there. Okay, that doesn't work. Doesn't work. I thought that was going to work, and then it didn't work. So instead, we shall send you all the way to the back this way. Make you bigger. Oh. That's as big as it gets. Well, that's no fun. There we go. Look at how beautiful it is. It's magnificent. Let's make some heavenly stuff. Nope, that's very big heavenly stuff. No. No, I don't like any of those. I think we'll let it be. I'll have to steal to pay for it, but it's worth it. It's perfectly my lady. I did spend a lot of money on this. It is going to cost you a lot. That is, this was an avoidable problem. I just chose not to avoid it. If I skip meals 3 days a week, I'll save coins for an extra wing from my mistress. Renard, my guy, my buddy, my pal, my dude. We need to not do that. You know? Don't starve yourself. Food's important. When did I get any challenges done? Buy elements for the Scriptorium in one day. Submit an order with your own long text. Have 900 coins. Yes, indeed. Well, these daily offers all suck. Well... let's make another magnificent black this time. Buy elements for the Scriptorium, you said. They're also expensive, though. They're also expensive. Like, how am I supposed to afford these? Well, we can cheap out. We can absolutely cheap out on some of them. There we go. Spend 1,000 coins on Scriptorium. Well, that's alarming, actually. Is there a non-specific positive emoji? No. No, we do have an abundance of sort of negative, alarmed, shook, other emojis, but if you have emojis from other channels, feel free to use emojis from other emotes from other channels. Okay, Renard, no, you get a break. We are taking a break. We are taking a break. Copy. Oh my, copy someone else's picture. Okay. But wait, you ate it out of the book? Whose? Give me, sorry, identical fits? Well, we actually have to do copies. That's an interesting dilemma. That's an interesting dilemma. We don't usually have to do that. Well, hello. Dame Honorata, thank you for the raid. Preeby, good to see you. Welcome on in. My name is Adam. I'm a medievalist. I'm also a museum curator as my day job. So, what were you up to? Welcome on in. Tell me your tales. But yeah, if you've not seen me before, yeah, I'm actually a professional museum curator. I have a master's degree in medieval studies. I love medieval marginalia. I mean, just to give you a hint, take a look at the emotes and the snails. Hey, you recognize them snails? You are also playing Scriptorium. So yeah, we do a lot of narrative games. We do a lot of medieval-ish games. So welcome on in. Make yourself cozy. If you need to raid and run, totally welcome. But otherwise, I hope you'll hang out. Have a good time. We're actually doing something right now very, very well attested in medieval art, in that for a lot of things, there are kind of stock scenes. Oh, you do Hema, armor, etc.? Nice. I have never been active. I have been adjacent to a lot of reenacting communities. I have never really been one to be like, ah yes, I'm going to do the reenacting. I am much more of the, I want to be sitting and writing stuff pile of things. But yeah. Do I not have stars? Yeah. It's trolling me. You hit your friends with feathers. Well, you know, that also works. I respect it. Big fan of smacking friends. You shall reenact medieval... No, see, my handwriting's not good enough for that, though. See, it's an issue. My handwriting isn't nearly good enough. Point, point. That's a great frog. That's a phenomenal frog. Okay, well, not sure how exactly I'm going to do this. The music is so chill. Absolutely. Oh, I'm right there with you. Nice. So that's the right guy there. That's almost the right guy there. Do I need a different helmet? Is there a different helmet that I can use for this? Like, I need the most basic ass helmet known to man. God and man. But not kettle helms. Kettle helms are the wrong flavor. Grumble, grumble, grumble. What's the point of having all this armor, all these armor options if you're not going to give me the one I actually want? Grumble, grumble, grumble. Alright, people parts. Give me hands. Give me hands? And give me also hands. Alright, so what we are doing here is frankly very, very well attested for medieval art, which is that, you know, great artists absolutely steal. Copyright won't be invented for many years yet, so do what you want. But understand that what you should want to be doing is stealing as much as you can. And if you're not stealing as much as you can, like, you're just not playing the game. You're not doing it right. In particular, right, when we think about medieval copying, certain ideas that are very common in manuscripts have stock scenes that show up repeatedly. So, for instance, in a calendar, you are going to have a lot of repeated scenes. This is basically inevitable. And it is completely fine. There is no harm or foul associated with that. Well, that's not the right hat, but it is about as close to the right hat as we're gonna get. So, yeah. I actually think I like this one more. There we go. Animal, nope. Body parts. Give me a hairdo? Give me a hairdo and not that color. Seriously? There we go. Give me angry face. Give me game face. So yeah, in calendars and other things, there are just stock scenes. Like, it's basically inevitable. There are just some things that are completely standard across all iterations. And so, oh, nope. And so, in consequence, you have people making very, very similar designs over and over and over. This is again completely normal and not an issue. Clothing, give me a collar. Do I not have a collar? Do I just not? What do you mean I don't have a collar? What are we doing here? Anyway. Yeah, calendars are kind of the obvious one where certain things happen in certain months. Period, end of discussion. Like, that's just the way things work. There's the one I need. And so... go in, and you say, hey... your face over the top of it, there we go. Then bigger, and at a jaunty angle. And also, let me turn you be the right colors. So yeah, right, people are cold in February. And no matter what you do, no matter what you do, your scene better have someone looking very cold and wrapped up in February. In August, you will have animal hunts. And so you need to make sure that just that you're doing every part of that kind of as intended. Whoop, too far. That'll work. And if you don't, you need to rotate the forearms, or are you crazy? No, I do need to spin them arms. No, you are so right. Spin them arms. You have been slowly but surely working on your hoarding problem. Phenomenal. So happy for you for that. This isn't quite as vibrant as what otherwise existed, but it's working. But it's working. Well, I can't redraw these, so... I guess let's go buy some more things. Yeah, no, you're good. All these options are bad, actually. I don't like any of these. I don't like any of them. And Dame Honorado, thank you for the follow. I am not saying anything coherent right now. I'm not doing a very good job on the pretending I know what I'm talking about. But in my defense, I'm getting very distracted by all of the options and trying to make this as good as possible. Now, last time we really cooked, because we had a giraffe request. And we really cooked on that giraffe request, and I'm afraid I'm not going to meet the highs of those scenes at anytime soon. You just made weird noises and got made fun of? Great. As long as we're in the same boat, then I'm happy. I think. Maybe? Happy may not be the right word. As long as we're in the same boat, then I'm something. You can't What dare you do this to me? I was having a good day. You could have not done that to me. And you were like, boom. Puns. No, it was a good joke. You should keep it. Human body parts. Feet. Give me them stompers. This is certainly one of the more alarming beasts that has ever been devised by, mouse kind. Hit me with the nature. Hit me with that river. Trinket. Put it on a diagonal. So the point here is that there is a lot of room for variation within any single thing, even when it claims to be the same scene, right? When we see multiple manuscripts that have the same scene. In fact, let me pull up a few examples. Right, let's see. We will start off with this one. I use February for a reason. Chat, y'all recognize a guy. Anyone in the Discord should recognize a dude. Look at him. Look at him. Emermoto, thank you so much for hanging out. Have a good rest of your night. Well, in contrast, yeah, this is a stock photo, so it's gonna... I need other Februaries. Come on, this is just the same one. It's just the same February over and over. But there you go. We'll just compare these two. You got that one, you got that one. Do you see what I mean with the copying? Right, there's a lot of room for innovation, even if you have the same required scenes, right? You've got someone driving the donkeys, you got someone chopping wood, you got someone being very cold, you got a woman being stuck inside the farmhouse. You got a woman being stuck inside, you got someone driving the horse to market. No one's chopping wood in this one, but there is still a bunch of trees. There's someone being bundled up and very cold. And yet, you know, we're not reliant on being, oh yeah, this is a precise exact copy. Now, there certainly are cases where there are precise exact copies, and in fact, you do actually see cases where there are just fully and actually, words. I lost track of the thought right in the middle of it. Really? Really, Braid? Oh, fully and actually just patterns that are being sold. Right? So you'll have a model being sold as like, you can buy this, and then you can just copy the line art. Just copy the line art. Look at it, copy it, look at it, copy it, and then you're able to produce the exact type of thing. And that's... Even then, there are enough distinctions in style that we can typically say whether something's in the school of somebody or if it's just actually by somebody. Oh. Brain sleepy. There we go. I'm a bit tied to just technology of painting. Certainly, right, it's not just technology of painting. There's a certain amount where it's all of the above, right? Ooh, there are stars. There we go. I didn't realize that that was an option. I didn't realize that I could do that as an option. They all had custom things. So you could have more axes. And you got a little star. And then you got a bigger star. Bigger than that bigger. Then you got a little star. Then you got a bigger star. Then you got a little star. Then you got a bigger star. There you go. You need a tail yet. Do I not have a monkey tail? I don't have a monkey tail right now. What am I doing? I mean, not that the monkey tail is correct, but we'll need a tail. So yeah, certainly, right, painting is not easy. And so it is both audience expectations. Audience demands, let's say, hey, we need a specific thing here. We are looking for something specific, and these things are simply what they are. But then there's also a fair amount of, yeah, there's only so many ways you can depict a specific thing. Oh. Diplomatic mouse hero. Hit me with that mouse. Oh. Hit me with that mouse. Okay. Well, we can't do that. That's not it. That is not it. Nope. Right, there's only so many ways you can depict certain scenes. Like, people are cold. People are going to be cold. It's going to look like people are cold. Probably why fencing books also cost their authors so much. You don't know any similar to Fiore? Yeah. Let me pull in early Fiore, because I can tell you kind of how bad it is, probably based off actual early manuscripts. Right, because some of these look like they're print. Right, some of these look like they're late enough that they're printed, that is, prints that are then painted over, which will be work a little bit differently. Still hand painted, still very impressive, but like, this looks like these are 15th century. Victon hour? Awesome. What's the date on this, please? Please? Give me anything. Give me anything? No? No, it's not going to give me a date. Right, because obviously he lived in the 14th century, but I don't know whether the illustrations in this are from a 14th or 15th century manuscript, or if they're from a late 15th century print book. And not all of these are from the same manuscript, quite obviously. Or from the same copy, I should say. Words are hard. This is cool. Manuscript. Love that. Don't have the date. Doesn't have the date, but it is a manuscript. So, yeah. I mean, that is gilding. That's probably shell gold on the crowns, which is not insubstantial. So, but yeah, certainly it adds a level of complexity, even just as line art. On Fiore's page, you got manuscript section and dates. Total of 4 copies survive during the 15th century. Awesome. Cool. Yep, 1400s, 1400s, 1400s. Yeah, so something like this is a gorgeous, gorgeous manuscript, with a lot of good options. Still not super fancy. Like, this is definitely intended to be fairly affordable. Right, in comparison to, say, I don't know. Even for an individualized elite prayer book. So, like that versus that. One of these is intended to display devotion and piety and therefore occur at huge expense. And the other is intended to get people excited about fencing so they buy his course. I'll let you decide which one is which. I mean, I've kind of done it. Like, I don't know why it says I need 30 more parts of the sketch. There's really nothing left to copy. So, I do want to show you what a true, like, copying one is. So this is a model book. This is in the Beinecke Library in Yale. Early 16th century. Come on, give me all of the... Thank you, digitized manuscripts. We love to see it. So, right? In this case, it gives you the exact strokes that you need in order to produce each letter, rendered up in quite elaborate detail and a much larger than usual size, so you can really see what's going on for several different hands, so you can practice and practice and practice and practice and practice. And then you've got some fun stuff, but like, really make it a nice, clear, readable copy of a whole bunch of different hands and what situations they're appropriate for. So yeah, you could buy one of these books in order to study one of these hands and then be able to do, like, copy them precisely into your manuscript. You can also copy any of these initials really exactly if you would like. And I know that there are other examples for other types of hands and sometimes for illustrative elements. A lot of this is done kind of, master to apprentice, so it's done through kind of oral practice traditions. But you absolutely have some that are done this way. Man, I can't get it small enough. This is so sad, chat. Fine, we're gonna have to do that. I mean, it's not a hedgehog if it doesn't have berries stuck in it. It's so cool, right? The manuscript transmission culture is really cool. And then, in some cases, right, people who study the transmission of manuscripts, look for specific copied phrases and copied ideas within a text, and use that to say, oh, this is a recension, right? This is one iteration of a manuscript that is handed down in a particular way. And we can then say, oh, Scribe A just literally copied directly from Scribe B which they used when creating this particular thing. Like, we can just say that. And that's always really cool, when we can get that level of precision. And we do that. Yes, that's not an actual thing. But, like, don't worry about it. Don't worry. Why are we worrying about it? There we go. Need to shrink that down a little bit. And then we go Hellfire. Okay, that's a little bit too much Hellfire. That hell is too much fire. A little cooking fire. See? There we go. I can't make it even smaller? I can't make it even smaller? This is so sad. This is so sad. I want to make it so small. I want to make it so tiny. Oh well. Okay, but like I've copied the thing. Look at it. It's so copied. Fine. Fine. You're so right. You're so absolutely right. We're gonna tuck a ton of animal parts just directly underneath. No, I can't tuck that. I have to go over. The feet have to go over the legs because the legs have feet, and we don't want that. But what we can do is drop 15 tiny hands. Underneath. Oh, that doesn't count. It doesn't count that. What? Oh. Oh, it wants me to actually use the correct things. Wants me to actually use the correct ones as intended from the thing. This is so sad. I was trying to be creative. I was trying to be stylish. I was trying to use some of my own vim and vigor. Instead it said, hey, no, you're doing an exact copy. Tragic. Looks very Roman inspired. Is absolutely Roman inspired. Oh, absolutely 100% chance that that is Roman inspired. Fine. At least go beige from you. Oh. Okay. We can do another one of these. Flip it around. Nope. Stick it underneath that. Rotate it into place. And then I need the correct hand there, which is this one. Step down a layer and rotate. Okay, rotate too much. Beige. What else do I need? I need a different body, don't I? And different feet. I need different feet. Horrifying. Absolutely horrific. What chimerical feet content? Oh wait, it says here. And then we do that, duplicate, goes there. You get deleted, you go there. You go down. You rotate this way, so you completely cover that. And instead of this, I need to use this. Fine. We go there, 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 that color, that color. Oh. That goes down one. That goes down one. What else? What else is there? I mean, this looks like a pretty good copy to my mind. Certainly is actually a better copy than what... Oh. You're a jerk. You know what? I can't believe you do this to me. You've got the right legs. Okay, I've used everything. Now I just need to cut like 4 bonus hands. Bonus hand. Bonus hand. Bonus hand. Bonus hand. This is a flawless idea. Oh. Now we hide the bonus hands underneath there. It is finished. A masterpiece. Talented. Me. Yep, that's me. Super talented. Full of good things, but not full of terrible chimerical monstrosities. Let's see if I can't find, though. Let's see if we can't find the, in our journal, our old ones. Our last session. You know? Where's the old guy? There you are. I want to be entirely clear that this is my masterpiece. Though that's also pretty good. It's really hard to beat these ones. It's important, okay? What, did I not get any useful things? I didn't. Oh yeah, duh. I didn't buy. I bought 3 elements for the Scriptorium, not 5 elements. No. No. Really, really. All right, Saint John. Let's just deal with you, Saint John. Tired of that mold. My days are numbered. I've served God my whole life and resisted temptation. To illustrate the important moments in my life. There's a good chance I'll become a saint one day. It's an honor to co-create an illustrated biography of a future saint. So, where do we begin? This is also a real thing. Remember, if you have a saint's vita or life, we should not read that as proof that that person was actually canonized as a saint. Creating a saint's life is how you apply to become a saint. From the flood, one day heavy rains began to fall. Everything indicated that it was another biblical flood. So I built an ark. I gathered local animals and together we boarded about. Didn't go ashore for 10 years. Incredible, a 10-year flood. When was that? Where? A long time ago. You probably weren't even born. Far away, you've probably never been there. I'm sure this was a test that I passed. Right. The great ark animals and water. I mean, that's very good. What's a boat without a donkey? You make good you ask good questions. You ask oh so important questions. There's a donkey. He's waving to his friends. That's sketches from the animal parts category. What do you mean from the animal parts category? Okay, but if I'm doing that... You understand that if I'm doing that, I'm drawing, like, exclusively snails, right? You understand that we're being attacked by absolutely vicious piles of snails if you give me this creative power. Like, it's why you don't give me this power. And then you're going to get an elephant. On top of the boat. I mean, we've got to emulate the Vasa. Do I not have legs for this elephant? The elephant not currently have legs. Well, we can solve that problem quite easily. Just put it low enough to the ground that it doesn't need legs. See? Okay, give me birds. Give me birds. Give me birds. Give me a very good bird. Give me a snake trying to troll the birds. Give me another bird. How dare you? Big water. See ya. Yes, maybe add more water to emphasize the gravity of the situation. I was working on it. It didn't have to be that way. This feels like such a relatively easy one. You made it too easy. I'm putting snails in your windows. That's what you get. You got snails in the windows. Also, you're a little bit top heavy. Also, Arnold is here too. Now. We go text. And we go backgrounds. Backgrounds. We go flip that. And we go, oh, nope, we don't do that. Go bigger. There we go. There we go. Actually, let's shrink that down a little bit. Just until it's the right height. One size bigger. Then we go copy. Beautiful. Okay. Yep, it's a completely sunny day. It is finished. This boat is going to fall over immediately. It'll be very funny. You're going down in history as my hagiographer. Yay, just what I wanted. More hagiographies. Actually, there's a lot of very fun ones. I don't regret this in the slightest. I do hate the dogfish. Though, just like on principle. I'm not... That wasn't 30 letter characters. That wasn't 30 characters. Oh, I'm mad. Oh, I'm mad. Oh, yes. Oh, look at my guy. Look at my guy. Hey, chat, do you know what animal this is? Roundest bird? Bird. Yep, that's absolutely. Yep, got it. Totally. 100%. No. It's not a bird. Hi. 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 What? Just because I lean down. Every time. Are there any other guesses? As to what this most glorious animal is? As opposed to this glorious animal. Mwah. A paradise full of birds. Renard, are you feeling all right? You look sad. Don't worry, I'll draw everything for you. Thank you. Otherwise, my beloved, the Lady of the Heart, will again insult me. I mean, constructively criticize my decisions. Hi. 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 Yes, hello. Oh. Yep. Thank you. But it had a bit of spice to it. Now, what do we need? Nature sketches, there must be trees, fountains, or streams or something. And the singing of delicious birds, and like a crap ton of other stuff. Alright, alright. Well, we start, as we always ought to start, with a fortification. For what is the point of having a garden if it is not walled off? You know? Think of it. Duplicate. And duplicate again. And there we go. It is beautiful. And then we shall pass from point, whoops, like so, and then enter a secluded second area. Which in the glory of its seclusion shall be marked off by extremely distinctive features. Yes, indeed. Extremely distinctive. Also, he's getting played for a fool. I hope we all just understand that. And then we go into our backgrounds. We say, oh, look at the background. The background shall be a halcyon blue. One layer up from that. And in here, we shall find trees of the most noble varieties. And verdant flowers and grasses. Things that of all varieties say, yes, this is indeed good. See, in fact, let's zoom in on it so we can show just how beautiful it shall be. There we go. And in it, there shall be a babbling brook. Though less of a brook and more of just a complete body of water. See? So noble and beautiful. And now we need more trees! Celebrate the glory of nature and all that jazz. You know, stuff like that. There we go. Really, those are 5 out of 10. There must be 10 trees in this garden? Why do you have so many trees? That's a lot of trees, you understand that, right? Whoop. There we go. One more. Well, I only need to fit one more, thank God. There we go. And now we need birds. Indeed. Most angry bird it is. Incredibly shook looking owl. I don't suppose I can, you know, get another sketch, like a really dopey sketch of, aw. Not of a bird. I can get so many good dopey sketches, but they're not of birds. But they're not of birds. They look so soothing. Nope. I have done the bare minimum for you, Renard. We have done so many good things. Feel it. It is enough. Renard, you're making this... You're doing badly for yourself. Anyway, this is an oyster. For anyone who did not realize that that's what that was. That's an oyster. Man. Fine. Fine. We, King Devlin, have come to you because our wife, Her Majesty the Queen, has gone too far. She has banned divorce. You probably knew this because you drew the announcement yourself. Yes, I apologize, Your Highness. We forgive you, but don't help her again. Now listen. We, the king, want to divorce this woman. We can't lift her divorce ban, but we can create a new law that will allow us to circumvent this absurd prohibition. So, as you probably know, the Queen loves banqueting. You ban banquets. So we, the king, decided to introduce a new kind of banquet. But my king, forgive me for interrupting. Some time ago you banned banquets. We know. That's why it will be exactly a banquet. It'll be a new thing. It'll be a divorce quit. Combination of divorce and banquet. I ordered the announcement in another scriptorium. For you, I have a special task. An invitation for the queen. Create the finest feast imaginable. Food, dancing, mice. The queen loves mice. That's probably why she visits peasant hunts so often. I have additional questions. Oh! Wait, chat. Look at it. It has absolutely no definition to it. It's perfect. Okay. Now, we need 5 more mice? Even more mice? This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Wow, that is neon. That is so bright. Get rid of that sun drenched. Hit me with this. What even is green from another era? True. I mean, also a lovely blue. I like the neon blue, right? I don't like the dirty yellow. See, that's not a very yellowy yellow. Black and Merlin flower we already have. Widow's black too, I believe. We can check that. But that's been the fun patterned one that we've been using. Yeah, Widow's black too. That's the Merlin flower. Laden with food and flowers. And mice. We need more, even more mice. Even more mice. Now we go food. Cheese. Flagons and flagons and things and make them bigger. Oh wait, that's stupid. Give me a plate. Give me a row of pretzels smaller than that. Pretzels hanging off the side. We've got an egg. We've got the cheese. We've got cups. We've got other cups. We've got fresh breads. Got other fresh breads. We got a whole stack of fresh breads. You want flowers, you say? Right, I can't do that quite so much. But we can certainly try look at the food. Where's I lost my food. There's my food. Gilded grapes. Gilded grapes. A little stack of things. Another platter. This one laden with fresh. This one laden with fresh apples and eggs and apples and other apples and a totally uneaten apple. Trust the process. and other delightful things, I'm sure. And I still don't have lots of flower options. You know? Flowers, flowers. 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 There we go. You can have delightful blue flowers. There. And we can have a neon green other flower there. Bring that down really tiny. Stick it behind that. And in our unvariable colors, we shall make a whole garland of little flowers across here. Now 1. Oop. And 2. And 3. And 1. And 2. 3. And 1. Beautiful. Loving this aqua green. Are they finally getting divorced? Well, no, they banned divorce. And so the king, right, the queen banned divorce. And then the king is now issuing an invitation to a divorce quit. Which is neither a divorce nor a banquet. According to him. I mean, it is a divorce and a banquet, but it's not either of those things. Just trust. That is backwards, isn't it? I had it right the first time. We'll use this hand. This hand's correct. You made the queen look silly when she asked to draw a bathing ban? Understandable. It is such a silly thing. Like, who would actually say, oh yes, let's just do that. Let's do that. That's the best possible idea. It's like, come on. No, it's not. Anyone who knows anything will tell you that this is a bad idea. Really? Really? One other person and we're already like, yep, there we go. Beats. Beats. This is a flawless... This is just magnificent. Extra wishes, music, and decorate the letter I. Oh, good. We can actually do decorations. Oh, good, 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 good. I mean, that eye is a terrible color for this, but, like, I don't care. You know what? Fine. We're gonna make these all gilded. Fine. Now we're gonna make them purple. And then we'll do a gilded snail. And then another gilded snail. Another one of these. They're beautiful. Ah, we need music! Hit me with the musical instruments. Obviously the mice are the ones playing the instruments, though. Let me be quite clear, this is a divorce quit for mice and mice only. So they're the ones playing the instruments. Does this make any sense? No. Do I care? Also no. Beautiful. Rap band! I'm proud of the letter I. The rest of it is kind of missed for me, but I'm not giving this squad anything more than they deserve. A new level, your fame spreads throughout the kingdom. Has recently used the great master glassmaker, Veit Hirschvogel the much older. Master Veit can't bear the thought of such an extraordinary person working in a common Scriptorium, so he sends stained glass windows as a gift. May the colorful light fill your interior. Yeah, yippee woo! Yeah, yippee woo! There's the whole squad. Joyous. Just what I wanted. The devil's baking beans. I don't even know what's next, or what's left. Right? More decorations. Stained glass window. Go there. That is quite lovely. I do enjoy that. I enjoy that a lot, actually. We also have a lot of cash and a lot more renown there. Most divide their majesty's estate. I wish I didn't have to. Division of the Royal Estate, Part 3. I wish I had other options. Remember I said that Her Majesty was afraid to force you to the division of the property? Yes, my lady, the king was to receive the greater share. Fortunately, he wants to divorce more than will, so in exchange for the divorce, he agreed to give the queen half the kingdom. This is great news. No more arguing, sniping, and... The scribe's talking too much? Let's focus on the work. The document must be prepared to bind the estate. The steward of the royal estate cannot read, so you must take on this task. For all the items the queen should receive, divide them evenly. The queen doesn't care what she gets, as long as it's fair. Oh, and if you manage to make the king angry, you'll get extra pay. Do I know which things are the king's favorite? It's the horns! Is it a dog with a sword? Tell me it's a dog with a sword. It's a dog with a sword! I had a feeling, because that's my favorite too. What else? What else are your favorite things? Is it beans? Why are beans your favorite thing? Why is an urn full of beans one of your favorite things? Like, on principle. It's not very, thrilling. Whelming? Let's just verify. You don't care about that? Awesome. Awesome. You can have a luxurious bed. You may have the entire throne. I feel bad. I mean, they're both atrocious, but I do feel bad. Is it the more beans? Oh, it's not more beans. Man. Look at this. Chad, it's beautiful. Beans. A cool shell I found. A pillow. Another cool pillow. Entertainment. What? Huh? Why can't I duplicate items? That's not how this works. That's not how any of that works. It's a rat stealing from the chest. Basket full of beans. There we go. Have a random bone. The king will be furious, we hear. Thanks. Oh, thanks. Just what I wanted. You do everything so well. Well is an interesting word. This pompous confidant. Okay, but like... this sucks. I feel bad about it. And also, I want to see, like, literally anyone that isn't these two. I just don't care about these two. What other challenges have we got now? Submit an order with all requirements met. Submit an order with our uncle's head on it, if even or especially if they didn't ask for it. Yes, yes, that's me, the queen. You don't have to kneel. It's a joy to... Guinevere. I wonder if I have enough stuff that I can just kind of start buying. Like, what happens if I just start buying randomly, you know? I mean, I hate all of these, but... It takes a lot to burn through these. You know? I'm putting a good stab in it. There we go. I spent several... I want to save the rest of it just in case. You know? Just in case. New shell slot. And I still don't have another flower to make. Ay ay ay. Daily offer, we could have a crazy things. Those, no, I don't like any of those, see? Now I do want to ask... No, we've already... Have we done the gold with the... Yeah, we did the gold with the king's upgrade. Oh no, we haven't done it yet. Never mind. Apparently. Apparently we've not done this? Or is there a different one? There's a different fancy flower. There's a different fancy schmancy flower. I see. Yellow grass. Seems ugly, actually. But, you know, that's fine. Really. White. And that. But it is a nice... That is a fairly nice color. I don't care, though. I'm not actually here to see what the fairly nice colors are. I'm here to fill in the list. Brick red. White and grey. Another... See? Grey dust. Not a bad color as either. Celadon. I see. And then we can go... I guess there's just a lot of stuff here that we haven't done. A lot of colors here we haven't... No, we've totally done that. Yeah. Okay. Copper chamber pot. Awful. Awful, no good, very bad. Brown agate, which we already had. Oh. That gives us a new one. And that gives us a new one. That's a good color. Emerald Glow. See, that's a good color. I like that a lot. But yes, I wish we could bring more too, because there's so much more that we could do. There's so much more that we could do. I'd love a drink of water. I have a bit of a headache. Oh, it's so nice to finally meet you, sweetie. My emissary has been talking so much about you. Your Highness, it's an honor to speak with you in person. That's something my ex-husband would never say. Oh, right, my ex-husband. We got divorced yesterday during the divorce quit. Oh, so how are you feeling, Your Highness? Heavenly, I'm finally free from this moldy gingerbread. Last night was the best night of my life, and that's why I'm coming to you. From my diary, I'd like these pages to be decorated with scenes from yesterday's banquet. Would you like to include any specific scenes, Your Majesty? Yes, mice playing music and dancing next to my emissary pouring wine on that stiff-necked king's advisor. The king himself, how he slipped over a bean and fell into a pot of stew. Right. And then we simply size it accordingly. Simply size it. There we are. Slightly, perhaps, Whoop. That's not what I want. Nay. That simply won't work. Give me armor sets. Give me a neck. There we go. Give me hands. Give me, not that hand. Not that hand. Give me another hand. And give me a lurid red something. Something to feature as a wine spell. Or a wine stain, perhaps. In nature, a leaf. Soaked in wine. Just absolutely ruined in wine. It really wants me to do a lot more with these figures, like actually paint them instead of using pre-mades. I think. But I'm afraid I don't care that much. I was afraid of that. I was afraid of that. Anyway, it's a fun purple manuscript. Fine. Fine, we'll do it the old-fashioned way. Loathing. Heck. Need even more fanciness. Look, he got dressed up for the occasion. In a jaunty green hat. Obviously. That's obviously what happened. 100%. There's no doubt about it. Absolutely none. I need her to have hands. Again. Her to have people-colored hands and not glorifying monstrosity-colored hands. You know? And then that 9 out of 16. We still need so many more. We still need so many more. Don't forget to add Uncle's face somewhere. You're so right. And Uncle's face is a people part. He approves entirely. Do I have a clothes for a shoe? Good, shoes count. Then we go down. Then we go down, and now they have shoes. Back. What else do I want? Give you a tiny hat. No, it is a party after all, and what are parties without tiny party favors? By tiny party favors, I do of course mean hats. And then we go reverse, and then we go spin. Then we go down. Oh, you're just peeking out from behind there. Therefore, it's, you know, the Cupid's fault. Completely and totally. No notes. No doubts. No uncertainty about such a thing. Furniture. Give me chairs. There we go. Give me chairs. Give me other chairs. Give me a boat upside down between them. Serve as a table. Okay, that doesn't actually work. No, see. This needs to go up there. And this just needs to go up till it's over all of them. There we go. And what else? What else can we do? Do weapons count? Weapons do not count. Interesting, but armor does. So if I put that there and say, oh yes, he was just planning to have a little dance. Look. He was so ready to just have a good time. Instead he got soaked. Perfect. Now. You need to be standing straight up. You have a beautiful outfit, but you do need to be standing up about it. People parts. You'll be in Grading Purgatory? Alright, Miss FICO. So glad you were able to make it. Good luck in Grading Purgatory. Don't suffer too much. And I hope that that means that you will soon be free of all Grading Purgatory. We'll be able to have a glorious time. Let's hope, right? Well, not your most dignified look, but it is certainly a look anyway. And you, these must be on your side. Looking straight at the camera. Just finding yourself. Completely and utterly bowled over. In a bowl of soup. As a matter of fact, let's get into the food. The cauldron. Shortly, we've got more options for beans. A singular tragic bean has led thee to a most tragic fate. Indeed, most tragic. Most despicable. Which is to say, more beans. Indeed. You were replaced from one thing of beans into a second thing of beans. Uh-huh. And then also, we need a fox. And a ton of, I have a fox, do I? Oh, I do have a fox. Yes. Oh. Look at those two going and scheming. Also knows finally they specialize in Scandinavian Middle Ages. You may think that as a Polish person you've never been taught at school that Sviatoslava existed. Yeah. Also the fact that Svein the Fourth, Svein the Third had to pay tribute to the Temple of Varkrona for several years. Some of those things just like don't get brought up, even though they're very interesting. Also, we need hands. The king needs to have hands on him. Bigger. Down a layer. And over here. And down a layer. And down another layer. There we go. He is in the process of just absolutely eating it. Look at them having a party. There's so many of them. And they're all having such a good time. I do wish there were more of them, though. Like, it seems to be a notable problem that we have insufficient... No, I need some of these to be in various other bright colors. Anyway, you're horribly hungry. Hey. Don't make a mess. Like, you're very cute, Winter. But, like, don't scratch up my chair. Okay? The oyster's playing a trumpet. Obviously. Oh yeah, but yeah, that's what that guy is. That's just an oyster. It is finished. Yeah. Everybody. Alright. You mad at me because I'm taller than you? Oh, it was a wonderful divorce banquet. I'll never forget it. Thanks to you too. If it weren't for your masterful invitation, I would never have been tempted. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you recognize my talents. I'm glad you're not taking it personal. You know? Anyway, what's left? Like, we've kind of gotten locked in place here, where we've done everything. And by everything I do mean... Hello, sweetie. I heard that Queen Guinevere visited you. An angel, not a woman. I felt like I'd be in the Scriptorium during her visit. Unfortunately, that time hasn't come yet. Forgive me for being so secretive. It's for our common safety. I hope Borderta isn't bothering you too much. Remember to use plenty of gold in your works. Smooch's uncle. I see. So the verdict from Basil is there's stuff going on there. Okay. So what's next? Oh, a whole bunch of things. Christina the poet? As in Christine de Pizan? As in, like, one of the first women to professionally make a living as a poet? In medieval Europe? Not the first, but one of the first. Phenomenal. Well. I want to see what else is going on. Okay, so that's your last one, that's your last one. That's your last one. We must be coming up on the end of actual story content in this. But we have been going for 5 hours, and so I think this is actually a good time for us to wrap up. We will see how much is left, and we'll see what we're doing next time we come back to this. Will that be Saturday? I don't know. But we do stream every Saturday and Sunday as often as I can get away with, barring either work, events, or travel. So, I will see you all then. If you are not in the Discord, do make sure you are in the Discord because, you know, it's a good place. And lets you hang out, talk history, all that jazz during the rest of the week. Thank you so much. No, lovely to have you here. Let's see, is there anyone that I want to raid into? Let's see if anyone's in the category. Looks like it's probably pretty quiet. Yeah, it's dead right now. Well, that's fine. We'll just let everyone get going. Enjoy the rest of your evenings then, and we will. That is my headphones. Winter. Winter. Those are my headphones. I am wearing those. Yes, you. Yes, you. Okay, we're gonna get going. I will see you all next weekend. I hope you'll stay well until then. YouTube people, thank you so much for hanging out. We will see you all again soon, okay? Okay, bye-bye. Special thanks, of course, to our patrons who are on the side of the screen there and make all of this possible. If you want to join them, you can go to patreon.com/LadoHistory VODWatchers. It's in the description. Also, thank you to, drumroll please, Dave Honorado for the follow, Math7077 and Miss FICO for the resubscriptions over on Twitch side, and Dave Honorado again for the raid. That does it for us here. So again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all again real soon.